What's up, everyone? Today we're talking about the free rig. It's been around for a few years, but you just don't hear a lot about it, even though it is one of the best baits for fishing during the post-spawn. Welcome back. Please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. We do new videos Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday talking about fishing tackle, trends in the industry, things like that. And today I'm out on the boat rigging up rods. Got a tournament tomorrow. Really, I was trying to get rods out of here, but I have a mess down here. I was trying to eliminate some, but I ended up bringing some more in from, my racks up top. And part of it is post-spawn fishing, so there's a lot of different things that work. I have a lot of top water baits rigged up, a lot of stuff in case I get on that shad spawn bite in the morning. But after that, I plan on fishing the free rig. Now, I know this isn't brand new. Actually, I wrote an article about this over 4 years ago with Shinichi Fukai. You can see it here. I'll put a link to that below. So it's been around for a few years, but it still catches fish. In fact, it's been the best rig for me the last couple trips. I mean, I've been catching fish on all kinds of things, but the better fish have fallen for the free rig. Now, if you don't know what it is, I'll show you real quick. So it's basically like a cross between a Carolina rig and a Texas rig, where you have a hook and a weight that slides up and down your line freely. That's why it's called the free line, the free rig. So the whole key with this, as this falls, the weight falls, and then the bait flutters behind it. So it's a little different look than a regular Texas rig. It kind of does the same thing, but it has a completely different fall. It's very unpredictable. That's what makes it so good. Now, I have experimented with a lot of different weights. You could use a bass casting sinker, those little lead ones with the brass ring around them. Those work perfectly fine. You also have weights like this. It's a tungsten drop shot weight with the loop on it, not the ones with the clip. That just wouldn't do the job. Again, you can use a bass casting sinker. Really doesn't matter. I've even bought some from Fish Arrow from Japan. And then these are the decoy version, which these actually do work a little bit better. You can see they have a plastic guide for your line. So the whole idea is that it slides a lot smoother and more freely. Again, if you're just getting started, just get a bass casting sinker. And if you really get into it, go with something like this. It's totally different. It's made for the technique. This is actually called the Decoy TX Dawn Sinker. So the line slides freely. This is a 1/2 ounce. I'm gonna actually rig up a couple different sizes tomorrow. I'll have one of these on and then a lighter one as well. Now with baits, there's a lot of baits that will work. Really, any soft plastic bait will work for this because, again, it's more of the rig than it is the bait. But the baits that seem to work the best are bigger baits that are bulky with appendages because they fall slower after that weight. Just think about it. A standard straight tail or a Senko or something like that, it's gonna fall pretty quick. But if you have a creature bait that's grabbing water as it's falling down, even better, because you have more of that action as it's falling, and that is when most of the bites occur as it's falling. You cast it out there, it's falling, you pick it up and it feels heavy because those fish see that thing swirling around and they go and eat it. It's something different than a Texas rig that people are using or a wacky rig or any of these other rigs. So it's totally unique. It's still not used enough. I don't hear very much about it, even though it's been in America and people have been talking about it for over 4 years. I mean, I wasn't the first one to write about it. I wasn't the first one to talk about it, but you still just don't hear a lot about it. Now, I'll tell you a couple other baits that I really like for it. So like I said, a creature bait's great. This is the Crush City Bronco Bug. I like this because it has these big fat appendages, so as it falls, it's crazy. Again, this is just like the Do Live or Doe Live Beaver from OSP. It is a very, very similar bait that they imitated. But either one of those will work and it gives you that great falling action. The other one I like, unfortunately you can't get this anymore, and this is actually what I was using the other day, is the Berkley Max Scent Critter Hog. It is a great creature looking bait. It's not too big, not too aggressive. This is what I'm gonna be fishing for my tournament tomorrow for sure. Have one of these rigged up. The other one, the Z-Man Gremlin. Again, it's a creature bait, and the benefit of this and all Z-Man plastics are they float. So that fall is gonna be even slower. A couple years ago, I think it was 3 years ago now, I was fishing Lake Okeechobee, fishing with their Fatties worm. So it's kind of like a Senko style bait, but it has that Elastec on it. And I was pitching to reeds, and it floats. If with a lightweight hook in shallow water, your bait will actually come all the way to the surface, which is crazy. So just think about that. If you pitch it in there, a bass is looking at it and it is in their face, especially around spawning bass. It was really, really effective, but it just kind of shows you how buoyant that Elastec material is, especially if you use a lighter wire hook. It will float up. Now when you're using fishing in deeper water like I plan to do, this thing is going to fall incredibly slow. You know, this is a fairly light wire hook. This is the Gamakatsu hybrid style hook that I really like. It's kind of a cross between the round bend and the EWG. It is a hybrid of the two, so it's not too thick. This is the hook that I prefer for Elastec baits, really for all of them. You know, this is what I'm gonna be using tomorrow with the free rig. And again, it's something you could fish anywhere. You could cast around rocks. I was catching them in about 20 feet of water. It's post-spawn, looking for steep rocks, boulders underwater, things like that, casting to it, and it was getting bit. I mean, it was outperforming anything I did, so much, in fact, that I'm gonna have 2 of them rigged up tomorrow, just have different baits and different weights. But the free rig, you know, again, it's not brand new, but you just don't hear enough about it. It is different. You can get started really easily with a bass casting sinker, your favorite creature bait. And I like to fish on just regular bait casting gear, kind of like what you fish a Texas rig on or a jig on. I have a 7'3" medium heavy rod here, 15-pound test here. And again, you could use 12, anything you want to use. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with. You probably have all the equipment already in your boat or in your tackle stuff, so try the free rig. It's really cool. It's a different way to fish, and that falling bait is just something that gets bit when the weight's down there and this thing just spiraling around. I can't explain it. Very, very smart, very simple, but it catches fish. Thanks for watching.